All right, so being in the seventh stage of Erickson's stage model, what weighs heavy on your mind as far as the future and transcending into the next stage, which would be the aging years?
Big concern for me is definitely finances. And a lot of that is because it's just me. And aging, I haven't completely worried about it, but I do say often, there's just me. What happens when I reach my mom's age, or I reach, that age where I can no longer stay alone, or if it happens that way, stay alone, or need some care because I don't have children. So that's a concern for me, which leads me back to, I need to get my estate, if you will, in order. I need to have my finances in order, because if that happens, it needs to be where, okay, well, this is where I want to stay. It may be assisted living, it may be a nursing home, because there's just me. And that is a concern. Who's going to take care of me? I have to take care of my mom. I have a dad. I have to take care of, but who's going to help me? And if I need to have things in place for that, I need to know that like now. You think about, what is my funeral going to look like? Who's going to take care of all of that? I've had to, plan, or help plan for grandparents, and then my mom and I, we talk about what her, she may outlive me, but we do have that discussion. A lot of people don't like to talk about it, but you have to talk about it. It's like, what do you want done? Where is everything? Is everything in place? I have, a lot of close friends, and I can tell them, okay, if this happens, go do this. If this happens, go do that. With my mom, I know what her accounts, look like. For me, no one really has access to certain things, but if something were to happen to me, no one would really know what to do. What's the next step? They wouldn't even know where to start, because there isn't anyone else. I don't have a child. So those are concerns. What do I need to do? So when we talked about earlier about what do you research, what do you read, I do look at things like that. What happens when you turn 50? What should I be doing right now? What should my financial portfolio look like right now? What is it supposed to, where am I supposed to be? How's it supposed to look? How much money do I need to have in the bank? If there's just you as a single woman at 50, 20 years from now when you're 70, or when you're 75, or even when you're 80, if there's nothing else, my future of having children is looking a little, it's probably not going to happen. Maybe getting married might, but those are things that you think about. I'm in a job now. I'm thinking about retirement. What does that look like for me? Will I have enough to take care of myself? We work in this position, and you see the results of some people who may have not planned very well, or sometimes life just takes a turn and you don't really know what happened, and you think about that. It's real once you hit this age, like, oh my gosh, where did the years go? Maybe I should have started planning a little bit better in my 30s. You just kind of did what you did, and now once you've hit this age, it's like, do I have enough? Am I going to be okay? Where am I going to live? What if I can't drive anymore? You start thinking about those things. What does my health look like? Everybody's like, well, you need to get in shape and you want to be healthy, but you look at it a little bit different now. I need to be healthy because I need to be able to take care of myself for as long as I can.
Right.
And it's a big concern. It can bring the stress on. It can bring the pressure on, which leads you to other health issues. But
of the what ifs.
That's the what ifs. Like, what if I get Alzheimer's? What if I fall at an older age and break my hip? What's going to happen? Who's going to take care of me? Where's this money going to come from? You have insurance, but when you're working, you have insurance when you're retired,
Right.
where's all this going to come from? So it can be it can be stressful.
Taxing on the mind.
Yeah, it can be very stressful.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, you were speaking as far as looking into retirement and your financial status moving forward in life. And I kind of want to take a turn and focus on another theory, which is Kohlberg's theory, that more so deals with the moral, not necessarily a conflict, but just your moral principles that you have. And I know that as you develop, they develop as well. But now that you are in the middle age stage, do you feel that with your moral compass, has it gotten stronger as more so correcting wrongs and trying to make positive decisions and being honest and more truthful, even if it hurts?
Yeah.
And then, if so, can you just expound on that?
So, in a nutshell, when I was younger, you do have some. You have morals. You know right from wrong.
Right.
You know right from
That's
wrong.
the basics.
You know right from wrong. But probably then, even if you knew it was wrong, you still may do it. It's like, I'll just worry about it later. Now, I'm like, that's wrong. Okay, I'm not going to do it. Your morals are a little bit different, and you start looking at mortality. And if you're spiritual, or if you believe that, at some point I'm going to leave this world, and you believe that
there's an afterlife,
and you're going to have to answer for what you've done, you start thinking about, I might not need to do some things. So I'm open. I always tell people, my mom was pretty liberal. I'm pretty liberal. Open to do things and different things, but there are some things where I'm like, I'm just not going to do that. I mean, you can pull out the regulars, you don't steal, kill, that type of thing. And you try not to judge anyone on what they do, because you don't know where they are in their life. Right. There's no judgment zone here. But there's some things where I'm like, you gotta know that's not right. You've got to know that that's just not moral, and that's just not just. And life is not going to be good if you keep doing those things.
Right.
I mean, I have my, I won't get too deep into it, but I have some things where I'm like, no, I'm absolutely not doing that.
You're non-negotiables.
I'm non-negotiables. I'm like, I'm not doing that. You're not, if you talk about, we were talking about Zane or whatever, there's some things I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I don't care. I'm not doing that.
Right.
And then there's some things where, professionally, I've been in positions where they ask you to do things, and like, that's not right. You can't do that. But when you were, maybe in your 20s or 30s, you may have known it wasn't right, but because
your boss telling you that,
you do it, and you're like, okay, whatever. Now, no, I'm not doing it. And if you feel like this isn't the position for me, because I'm not going to do something that I believe is morally wrong to someone else, or it's going to harm someone else, or I'm going to be, I'm not going to put myself in that position, then you can have it. Because you get to the point, like, I'm not going to do this. You see it a little bit differently. I'm not going to do that. And it's non-negotiable. And if you don't like it, oh well. And you realize that there's only so much you can or will do to me if you're telling me to do something wrong. Like, then you're just trying to keep the job. Now, we can go toe-to-toe and we can fight about it. But I'm not doing it. And I'm not going to do anything to harm. I'll never do anything to harm you. When I see people just being mean-spirited, and I'm thinking, that's just, come on. You don't do
that would
that.
be bad karma on
This
them.
is bad. You just don't do that. It's just morally wrong. You just don't do that. You do find yourself being a little bit more sensitive to things that you see other people going through. You may be sensitive, in your 20s and 30s, but now you're really sensitive to it, and you want to help. You're at the stage like, well, let me see if there's something I can help you do. If you're going through something, like I said, I like to say there's no I judge myself, but I have no judgments on anyone else. And it's like, if I can help you, I'll help you, you know, and I want to help you. And it is not necessarily, oh, if I'm helping you, good things are going to happen to me. It's because I genuinely want to help. You're more concerned about the world and the future and what direction it's going in. And you want people to be happy. You know, I don't like to see anyone that's just completely unhappy. If you're unhappy, fix it. Let's fix it. What can I do? Is there something I can do? And I'll step out there and I'll do it. But I'm not going to tear anybody down. That's a non-negotiable. I'm just not going to tear you down.
Gotcha. Okay, well, speaking about, you know, caring and want to step outside yourself to help others, what advice would you give a younger self or a younger person, you know, living life, whether they're in their adolescent years, young adult years?
If I could go back and tell my former self, or tell my 20-something-year-old self, 30-something-year-old self, I would say enjoy everything that you've already done, but be careful not to judge yourself so hard. Enjoy life. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so pessimistic about yourself. Don't be willing to and at one point I didn't take the leap of faith. Take the leap of faith a little bit earlier. Don't wait. Don't wait.
Go with that gut feeling.
Go with that gut feeling then. You know, you just kind of get out there and you do things, but certain things, because you're so afraid of messing up or not succeeding or being the perfectionist, even though you know what perfection is. Take the leap of faith, but do it early. Go ahead and do it. You didn't really care about what people said about you. You were more concerned about you. Go ahead and take that leap of faith. Do some things in the process that you don't jump out there and make those mistakes. But, you know, take that leap of faith. Take it early.
And what happens, just roll with it.
Roll with it. And know in the end, and I'm learning, in the end, it will be okay. It will be okay. It may not look like you think it's going to look. You may not be the person that you thought you were going to be, but in the end, it'll all work out. It will. And that's hard to come to grips with. And it's still hard. Every day I'm like, you know what? It's going to be okay. Whatever the problem is, it'll be okay. It will be worked out. It will be okay. But that's still a process. That's still a process. I'm still working on that one because I'm still striving for perfection. But in the end, it's going to work out. It'll be okay.
Gotcha. All right.
It'll be okay.
Well, thank you so much, Miss Bridgett. I appreciate you doing this interview for me, and hopefully we got everything across.
I hope so. Maybe I taught somebody something.
Yeah, hopefully. You definitely opened me to everything.
Life is good. Life is good. It seems hard, but life is good. It's okay.
All right.
All right.